This really truly is all you see when you go and take your kid to the park. I'm
Well,
quite sick of it.
I knew it would happen. When you're recording and you think you're doing good, and the camera stops 5 seconds within the video and you don't realize it. But it was still good doing the 100 P's, who cares, right? Still good. I'm going to address something that I need to address. So, I went to the park with my daughter. And I just have to address this. This is really serious. You see, man, everything is set up for you to cause a scene and cause a shift in the playing field so that their men or their goons can have something to do. So follow me on this. I go to the park and maybe next time I'll get a better video of it. I'm real frustrated because this keeps happening time and time again. Usually there's about 4 or 5 women who has kids. Sometimes they'll have 1 kid, and sometimes they'll have 2 kids. You will find that this particular woman, when she notices me, she will then get her body language in a very seductive type of language. Even pulling up her pants, making sure that her rear, much like a monkey, her rear is showing towards me to provoke me into walking up and saying something to her. Follow me and stay tracking to this, because I made a video of this, of shaming tactics of the 4th kind before in my previous videos. But this one takes the cake. Because, gentlemen, this has happened to me not once, but every single time that I do take my daughter to the park. Before I begin this, let me go ahead and state something that someone has never, ever, ever talked about. They've kind of brought it up, but not in this way. Behind every American brainwashed woman is either 2 things. A man from a distance looking to see if she's going to interact with whoever she's next to. Or the second type. Behind every American woman who has gotten indoctrined with this system, not all, is the second type, is a dirty ass bum. He may not be a black guy. He's of different races, could be any race, but a dirty bum, and sometimes it'll be 3 of them, because as I say, these particular women love to have either dirty, disgusting guys around to remind them of the failure of why they can't get anything better. They love to not just only have attention, but to walk around with their problems, strutting themselves, with their problems trailing behind. So let me go ahead further with the video. And please, in the comment section, Go ahead and tell me if you've experienced this too, because I have almost had it up to here. This particular woman lets her 3-year-old kid, it's a boy, mind you. My daughter is swinging on the swings, and there's a vacant swing open. This little boy comes up. He's too small to get up on the swing. Now, it's a trap, fellas. A trap. In war, they always usually send kids or whatever with bombs strapped to them. Okay? And they explode that kid. It's a sacrifice. They don't really care about that kid. It's the same difference right here in America's foregrounds. The kid is used as the very first tool of sabotage. I knew that if there's a kid around, much like animals inside of the wild, the mama bear is close by. You better believe it. So I looked. My daughter proceeded to help him onto the swings. I said with rapidness, because I already know his mom is some sort of big butt of heifer who thinks she's hot. I don't even have to even look around to know she's some sort of big butt heifer, just based off of this kid's looks and the way he was dressed and all of that. He was dressed pretty nice, but that's besides the point. Instantly, I was like, no, don't help him. Don't help him out. His mom and dad aren't around. And guess what? Here comes the second phase of the trap. The mama bear, like I said, comes trotting along as though she knows I'm going to holler at her, as though she knows that there is a game plan. I'm going to have him holler at me, reject him, kind of make a scene, and in the distance, my man is over there watching like a predator. You see, humans are very bored nowadays. They love for drama and killing because of our forefathers. But as you see, it's going to only be in the movies where these things happen. Hopefully, these movies will change for positive. Because now you have a world of people who like to start drama because they're so bored. They didn't know that I have become a level 5 MGTOW. I have grown beyond the looking at a woman and then getting excited and then wanting to pursue. I knew this woman / bitch was trailing. She's a trailer. So, she comes up, and immediately I'm standing behind my daughter. Once again, the big ass turns towards me, barely swinging her kid, hoping, waiting, like a cheetah, waiting for a rabbit, waiting for me to say those words or even approach her. And you know what I did? You remember my first couple of videos. I ignored the fuck out of that woman. Completely. Even to the point of talking to my daughter and having a good conversation. And then I heard her speak. It sounded like a different language. So I was like, good. Not only am I going to ignore her, but I'm going to exchange, oh, where are you from? That's all I'm going to do. Tell her where I'm from, and then proceed to walk over to the next side. Gave her no attention. To the point where she got bored of swinging her kid, which her fat ass should have been over there in the first place, helping swinging her damn kid. Follow me. So, eventually, fat ass bitch gets her son and proceeds to walk in the direction where she came. I wait a few moments to see, to confirm my obvious foresight, to confirm that behind every dirty woman, not all women are dirty, but behind every dirty woman, or behind every big booty, there is a trailing ass man who is waiting for you to approach his quote unquote prize. Waiting until you do that so he can intervene and cause a scene. Are you following me? Are you following me? Intervene and cause a scene. It has happened to me every single day for the past, I would say, year and a half. So, the second situation that happened literally happened in the same day. So I walk into the store and not even 2 seconds of me walking in the store, a female obviously sees that I'm walking in. So this female, if you looked at her very quickly, you would see she has a white shirt on and some booty tight shorts on, right? And she has the arch in her back and walking with pride. And she's kind of shorter than me. And she literally, it would, for a glimpse, you would think that she's a pure woman. You would think so. You would really think so. But because we, and I'm meaning you and I, who are connected, we always think before we jump to conclusions, right? Instantly in my head, like I said, behind every black American female is either a dusty, dirty, bummish type of male, or three, or a male who's a dominant alpha who is waiting for some guy like me to approach so they can play that game of, oh, I already got a man, and he can play that role of the protector, and it gets their rocks off. It makes them feel very much alive, like they have something to live for, just for that small itty bitty point in time where they can actually recollect that they actually have something together. Because without this element, without the element of other men around, their relationship wouldn't be. It's really hard to describe it. Anyways, so as she's walking, I wait 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And just like a queen has peasants, mind you, she's not a queen. She's the queen of trash, okay? 3 black guys walking in a V formation, pants sagging, and like I said, these type of black guys don't wash their nuts. And so a trail of musty black man walks by. I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You're probably thinking, how do I know that that girl was with those guys? Are you ready? Her path went a very particular path. Very particular path. And I made sure that through my shades, I kind of paid close attention to where she stopped and where she turned. And so she stopped and turned and looked at an item. And slowly but for surely, they are walking and they all surround her like a guard. Not looking at her, but looking outwards, waiting to see whoever male is going to come and approach. Do you see the danger, the new danger of today's society? Do you see who is the final and the beginning straw of death of males? I'm not telling you it's just black women, but it is majority of women. You have to take heed in my word. You cannot, and I repeat it, you cannot try to get or approach a woman that you are not associated with, or you have no friends that don't know her. You can't do it. Because these animals in America, these women who are pure animals, think like animals, subjected to animal-like behavior whenever approached by someone. These animals get their rocks off to be able to set themselves up into a position of rejection and starting a conflict. I'm telling you, take heed to my words. That is why when you, and I know you're following me, when you're going out and you see a woman that is attracted to you and she gives you that smile, right? And she gives you that pull up of the pants, she has the phone, you know, the bigger phone than this, the bigger phone hanging out, waiting for you to come over there and talk to her, right? That is why when you do approach, and a lot of times when you do, she's, what? I didn't even notice you or whatever. You know, when they do all of that, when you discover that they do that here and there, you'll realize that it is a collective. It is a certain type of woman that does this, a damaged brain type of woman, where they see that it is fun to cause a negative imbalance within a positive person or a person of excitement. Final story. Now, as I'm at the park, and this all happened at the same day, literally 4 hours ago. In the distance, I see a big butt black female with the red type of pattern, and the butt is bigger than the torso, okay? And I can tell she has a pudge in the stomach and has a kid. But amongst her is negroids, men, black men, dusty ass black men, alright? There's literally like 10 black men and one straggling woman. Now, when I first walked up, all of them were in the position of looking at the park. I'm very keen at what I look at. So we walk on by, and of course they're making their remarks of whatever, and then all of a sudden you hear them laugh, which is what mainly black Americans do. You see, black Americans try to entice a situation or try to make you uncomfortable when you are approaching in a situation or area that they're in, to see if you're going to act weird or get some sort of reaction out of you. But when you give them the exact opposite reaction like I did, which is swinging on the swings with my daughter and not giving a fuck what they think because they're a bunch of losers and they're at the park sitting on a bench like a bunch of porch monkeys. When I gave them that type of attitude, they immediately seen the light and no more laughter went on. I seen this. I followed it. Not only did this happen, but I noticed there were more kids around, which were probably their kids or her kids. I can tell she's probably the big butt ass female has probably 4 or 5 kids. I can already tell. These women cannot keep their legs closed because there's nothing restricting them. And that's fine. As long as it's not my kid and not me having to pay child support. you can keep having all the sex you want. Now, I noticed that after the kids were around, I then glared back up, and lo and behold, she's got her ass turned towards me now. Now the game is on. Now the game is on to see how weak-minded I am. To see how weak I am, right? To see how weak I am to go over there and to probably try to keep looking or whatnot. You know how you win this game, my friend? Is by realizing that, one, you're not going to have any sexual relations with this female at all, and any other female who is doing this particular type of move, knowing their man is right behind them. So you know what you do? Because you've already lost the game. You have to realize, let's say the commercial comes up with a Porsche Ferrari and says, hey, what's up? You get $2,000 off this Porsche Ferrari. But guess what? It's $90,000. Are you still going to go and try to get that car? No, because you don't have enough money. So what you do is you don't even pay attention to it. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't pay attention to that. And this is before that first lady had came. I didn't pay attention to that at all. And lo and behold, who comes trailing down the scene with her two freaking kids? Here comes a big booty Judy. And she gets inside of this area where there's a play area. Mind you, the swings are here and there's a play area where they can go. And out of all the other play areas that she could have went, Big Booty Judy has to come and play with her kid and make sure her ass is turned right towards me to give me a closer look at her merchandise, which is a bunch of junk in that damn trunk, you fat bitch. I am not interested in your trunk and that junk of the trunk. You feel me? So, to wrap up the video, she notices that I'm not paying attention to her at all whatsoever, and then proceeds to walk back over to her goons, and literally 3, not even 4 seconds, they all walk off. See, they thought they had that guy. They thought they had that one male. I'm going to tell you something real quick that I saw on a true scary story. A man was walking down the street, and it was in a New York setting. And as he's walking down the street, there are alleyways down the street. So he's walking, and here comes an alleyway, and he passes it. All of a sudden, he hears a woman out of nowhere. Hey, can you come help me? Can you come help me? He's still walking. Hey, I'm talking to you, goes the woman. Hey, I'm talking to you. Guy keeps walking. I need your help. So the guy decides to stop. He has earphones on, so he probably didn't hear the girl. Takes the earphones out and says, yes, can I help you? What's wrong? This is how stupid these females are. This is why you need to use your head and stop thinking about sex. Because it's done. You need to get it out. You need to find something else to think about. She goes, could you help me get my purse? It fell behind this dumpster and I need help getting it. This is a New York setting. What is a woman doing behind a dumpster with her purse? You see, all of this documentation of women setting up men has led to now women becoming even more increasingly bored. They will find themselves by themselves because we are forced to be by ourselves in this day and age because of things like this. She was going to set him up to get robbed or killed due to her flirtatious type of attitude, using her only power, which is her beauty or her voice, to get him to go over there to get killed. Take heed into my word. Don't even pay females attention. Let them come to you if you have association with it. If you don't have any association with them, leave them there. Accept your faith and be alone. Get a cat.